Hello, people of the internet. So today we are going to be putting together one of my favorite things, a cheap as can be storage unit off of the Amazons. Because I've actually had pretty good luck with that 8x8. I'll do a review of that in the spring after it's been a full year, but surprisingly it held up to halfway decent snow loads for about a month consecutively. I was shocked. Anyway, looking at doing some re-outfitting of the garage, get some stuff I don't have anymore. I used to borrow from friends and things like that. And some stuff that I just want, because, you know, we always want stuff. But I got some things that are kicking around that are just in the way. A set of ATV tires, my media blaster, my tire changer stuff, my manual tire changer stuff anyway. And so I went looking, and I got a space outside my garage that's pretty well set and ready to go, and I found a 5-foot wide, 3-foot deep, like lean-to style. And it's a little closet shed thing. It's all metal kit. It was like 110 bucks. It was dirt cheap. So we'll put that together and set it outside and get some stuff out of here so that I can go on about doing my reorganization, re-outfitting, whatever the heck it is.
Well, bye, boy, you know.
And so, I know, I got a helper with me today. And so, we'll get working on that. I'll bring you in at little bits and pieces of it. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Let's get to work.
Sorry.
Okay, so we got everything laid out. Got the base built. And something I thought was great was the caution sticker that says, you know, do not install the metal shed in wind or snow. I would definitely advise that as well. See, 5x3 metal storage shed. That's what it's going to kind of look like. It's got the lean-to. I'm going to end up trying to install the roof 180 because what I'm going to do is put it raised up over here on these blocks under this, so having it slope towards the wall isn't going to be good. So we'll put the roof on backwards so it slopes away from the wall, and that'll be better. I did cut up some of my slab cuts that I'm going to use for underneath this. They'll be okay. They're not perfect, they're not 100%, but they'll be fine. And I also bought one of those shed floor mats right there, but I don't know how that's really going to work with this. I wasn't expecting the center bracing that this has. The bigger one did not come with it, and this one coming with it kind of makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, but I just wasn't expecting it, so it's going to be something to work around. It's not like it's difficult to figure that part out. So back to work. All right, so we've got part of the walls up. Where he just walked through is going to be the doorway. That's the back wall, obviously. And one of the things, as I said, I wanted to redo the roof angle. So one of the things that worked out pretty well, and I figured it would, you know, worse, you just drill new holes. But the holes in the roof panel are symmetrical, so they line up regardless of which side you put them on. It's just going to make things pretty short, you know, down at the door end. So it's going to be a little difficult there, but it's not a big deal. It's a closet, and I knew this was short anyway. I think it's advertised at its peak at like 6 foot and some change.
6 foot with
So
some change.
6 foot with change, yeah. So, but that'll work. That's good to know. And remember, always use your highly flammable and explosive things as storage devices. That's the absolute best usage of them. So, all right, we'll get back to work. And we got the roof on, tops up. And while I did change I didn't take any of that stupid cellophane off of there. I did change the direction of the roof. So 2 things that I ran into with changing the direction of the roof. Number one of the support bars that goes on in the back, it doesn't have a twin up here, and it's where the roof would normally screw into. So I had to come, let's see if we got enough light in here. Yeah, so I had to drill this bar and run slightly longer screws. So I got some, I think they're number 6, about an inch and a quarter long stainless steel. So I pre-drilled that. Then I tested the door, and the door wouldn't open because the roof came down too far. I grabbed a piece of scrap, what is this, PVC board. That's about a 1/2 inch thick, I think, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick. I really didn't measure it. Set it in, tested the door. It's enough room for the door to clear. Drilled holes so the sheet metal, the stainless steel sheet metal screws could come through, and they're all in. But I can't run the front trim. The front trim hangs down too far, and it doesn't allow for the door. Now I might come in later and cut it out or notch it or something like that. But for right now, this will do what I need it to do, where I need it to go. And that's really the only problem I've run into with changing the direction of the roof 180 degrees, because it is supposed to slope towards the back wall, not the front. I just need it, like I said earlier, I need it to slope this way because of pre-existing roof slope. But other than that, it has gone fairly simple. I'm ready to put the door together. I got the mat out. I got the boards cut. So I get the door together and on, and then go through, sorry, I'm attacked by a bug. Go through and move it, get the base on it. And the base also will really help keep it from, it'll give it some mass, it'll give it some weight, and keep it from wanting to blow around, even when it doesn't have anything in it. So we'll get back to work. Hopefully this will get finished up in the next little bit.
I'm locking myself in.
That's right, don't lock your helpers into the cabinetry. So the only thing, after we screwed it down to our base, remember these are all rough cut slab wood, so they're not 100%. Oh, we've got the latch and everything is in place. And right up here,
Don't lock me in.
it grabs a little bit on this piece of top trim, not the PVC. Now, I did end up having to put a second layer of that PVC in here. And again, stainless steel screws. And I know there's going to be people that are like, oh, there's not enough slope to that. Yes, there's enough slope for rain. It's not a problem. And honestly, you buy these inexpensive, cheap, throwaway, whatever you want to call them, units off of Amazon because you can go and modify them. Now this, I do think I'll have to do something with it, but I don't know what I'm going to do. Especially now that you can really see, that's a lot of difference. But it's pretty sturdy overall. I do like that this came with the center bar.
Yeah, it's
And I also like that the base came with the extra strapping. It's screwed in a million places. You probably can't see the screw heads, but it's screwed in everywhere. So it's holding it down pretty good. We're going to take it and move it over here. Now it's not going to sit perfect on this stuff. It's actually going to overhang these just a little bit into the driveway, which is fine. I've got plenty of driveway space. It's not gonna be a problem. And so we'll get it moved, set up, and maybe get some stuff inside it. Show you guys what we got. That should end it. And it's out. Not too bad. I just stuck my flashlight on the Wrangler. You see it? Look at that. Just right on the side. Kid's got no nothing. All right. So we're all in. We're in place. We're screwed down to the baseboards, and I've got actually a decent bit more space in here. Like I said, 3 cans of media, all in here. There we go. Manual tire changers in here. Chain fall and chain is in here. I got a bucket with clevises in here. Media blaster, and 2 like 25-inch ATV tires. If anybody needs ATV, some inexpensive ATV tires in southeastern Ohio, go ahead and let me know. I'll cut you a deal on them. I don't need them. They're taking up space. But overall, it's pretty good. Everything works. And so now we're gonna end up. Hold on, Tiz, how much sun we got? Oh, we got all the sun. So yeah, that's it. Managed to get everything together. No catastrophes. Nobody died. That's always a plus. So everybody, get out, have fun, go do something you like.